welcome to this week's episode of Jing TV. Today we're going to answer the burning question on many massage therapists' lips. How many clients should I see in a week? Okay, so today in this week's episode of Jing TV, we're going to be answering some questions that some real live Jing students wrote down on these little index cards for us. And this one is Catherine Colyer, and I know this is a question that many massage therapists have. What would you see as an optimal amount of clients to see in a week? Great question. Thank you, Catherine. Meg, what do you think?
All right, so one of the big questions that I then want to ask back to Catherine and everybody else is, how much money do you want to make?
Yeah.
Ooh. Massage therapists are always scared of that question.
Money.
So I think, the optimal answer here is you need to make enough money to have the lifestyle you want, and you have to work backwards, right? Yeah. So I'd say, as a ballpark figure, we're working between 10 and 20 clients a week.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I would agree. I concur.
You concur. And then how much you charge for each client is actually going to make a big difference around how you set up your week. There are a couple of rules on that, I think. First of all, how many treatments do you want to do a day?
Yeah.
So,
can I just interject something about the 20 clients per week? Because I think a lot of massage therapists don't get that.
Yeah.
And I always praise the Lord for a book that I read very early on in my career called Save Your Hands by Lorianne Green. I do, because it was a great book. And I think when you're starting out, you need hard facts, don't you? And what Lorianne Green did, which I said in her book about saving your body, is a full-time massage practice is 20 clients a week, all right? And I think a lot of massage therapists come out of school and they think, great, I can charge $100 an hour or 50 quid an hour or whatever it is, and I'm going to be able to work a 40-hour week and I'm going to earn a fortune, yeah? However, obviously, your work time is not just the time that you spend with hands-on bodies. Your work time is a time that you spend in your own training, in your marketing, in calling your clients, in answering their questions, in setting up your website. There are many more things to do. So without a doubt, we would say 20 clients a week for a massage therapist is full-time. So really hear that.
And Rachel and I always have so much to say about these things, but one of the things I started to do when I was had my first clinic and was waiting for those 20 clients to come was to realize that they weren't just going to show up.
They don't just come, do they?
So I rented a space for, I think, 3 days a week. And if I had a client or I didn't have a client, I still went to the clinic.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing. So I went to the clinic, and if I had one client, so say I don't know, rented it for 6 hours, and one client took up an hour and a half, the other 4 hours I sat there and thought about, how can I market myself? How can I make phone calls? How can I connect with people? And so one of the things we always want to encourage you is the difference between being an artist of massage therapy and feeling like you have a lot to offer in that world, but also remembering that you are being a business person out there and what that means to be a business person. So we're working on this 20 clients a week. How many you want to do a day? I think the option really ends up being 4 clients a day for a 5-day work week, or 5 clients 4 days, which I much more preferred. So like 5 clients a day, and then your extra day there is a day to be able to do the paperwork, to
like
do
a
phone
full
call,
day,
a full
really.
day that's
It's
like
great.
clean and clear. So it's not like you're getting involved with other stuff. So.
And how long should it take to see that? So if you've got 5 clients in a day, how long should it take to see that? Because we actually scheduling your clients in is quite interesting, isn't it? How people do that.
6 hours, 7 hours. So you don't really want to have big breaks in between. No. That's our philosophy. So what we see a lot of is therapists who schedule a client like every 2 hours, which makes the days
enormous. So
long.
I think, and it's quite tempting to do this when you start, because massage is tiring, isn't it? Particularly when you start, physically and emotionally. So the temptation is, well, I'll book a client in for an hour session. Say I'm working in the evening, so I'll book a client in from 6 till 7, and then I'll have half an hour break, and then I'll see another client. So really, for every 3 hours, you're seeing 2 clients, whereas you could have been seeing.
And we'll do another episode on boundaries. I think that's really, really important. But remembering that all those times in between, you're kind of not being paid for. Yeah. And I think, again, that goes back to being a business person in massage therapy and remembering back-to-back appointments, one, really help you do timekeeping, but it also produces a professional environment for your clients, especially if you're working from home, and and people really, really respond to that.
And I think you almost have to force yourself into that boundary, because I know if I've got half an hour in between clients, just because it's happened that way, I'll let one client run over. I don't actually do anything productive in that half an hour. And I always say the best thing ever for my massage career was when I went and worked at the Stone Spa, because we had clients scheduled in every hour on the hour, and I really had to keep to those boundaries. Whereas when I was trying to do that for myself, I was much more lax, because I started off, I knew a lot of people are coming to me for treatments, and I let the time run over, and it was just not so clean and clear. Whereas if you are seeing those, say, 5 clients a day, and you've got them scheduled in from, say, 9 till 2, and then you can, have the afternoon to work on your paperwork and all those other things.
And at 20 clients a week, you don't have to work 12 months. So that's also something to think mathematically. Anyway, we've loads more to say about that.
So
if you want to hang out with us a bit around that, the best thing to do is look at the Advanced Clinical Massage Therapy Certificate that we offer. It's a 12-month course. We do a lot of professional counseling, really, on that course, about helping therapists get kind of really a bit more pinpointed about doing remedial clinical work that gets people out of pain in 1 to 6 treatments, and really keeps those boundaries going. You can find that information on the website. You can also find it in our wonderful brochure. It's a 12-month course that runs where people can do 1 module a month. It's at the website, www.jingmassage.com. Ask us about it on Facebook or Twitter. Lots of things to say. And also the online course for low back pain, the Jing method, will also allow you to get kind of a little solid in those ideas. All right, we'll see you next time.
See you soon.